Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's video is part 2 of a multi-part series dealing with whether America is heading for a recession, a depression, or worse. What can be worse than a depression? Well, watch to the end and I'll tell you. But before I get into the video, let me suggest that you like, subscribe, and comment on my video. In my last video, I talked about the farmers and the issues that the tariffs were having on the farmers. I also talked a little bit about Donald Trump and how I don't blame him for everything that's going on now. Remember, he was voted into office, and he was voted into office after we knew what his background was. Today, I'm going to talk about the country, our economy, and where I think it's headed. But before you get upset with me for what I'm going to say, please do some research and then comment and let me know where you disagree with me. This country seems to think it's still the most powerful country in the world. That may be true militarily, but economically, we are number 2. It seems to think that it's the best country in the world in which to live. That's true if you're at least middle class or if you're wealthy. Other than that, you can't really afford some of the benefits that this country offers. In the last video, I stated that America no longer has the clout or the status that it used to have. Countries are no longer afraid of America. New coalitions and new trading partnerships so that they don't have to deal with America. In the past, if America put sanctions or tariffs on a country, that country might complain for a week or two, but eventually they would give us what we want. During his first term, Donald Trump put tariffs and sanctions on countries, and he got what he wanted. He got one-sided deals. When he left office, the leaders of other countries were happy to see him go. Before Trump took office for his second term, leaders of some of the other countries met and came up with a playbook, ideas on how to handle America and Donald Trump. How can I say that with such confidence? Look at how these other countries are responding to each other and how quickly they are creating new coalitions. These are things that take months or years. For example, we hit Canada with the tariff. At first, Canada wanted to negotiate, but then they decided they'll give us a retaliatory tariff. Not only that, they started taking American-made items off their state store shelves. When we said that Canada was going to become the 51st state, that insulted Canada, and the Canadian people banded together and protested America. They protested the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. The whole country united against America. The vice president said that the Japanese people were peasants. Another insult. Donald Trump said he was going to take over Greenland. He also said he was going to take over Panama. However, Donald Trump does not care about either Greenland or Canada or Panama. What he cares about are the resources of those countries. What he cares about is money. But Canada didn't just stop there. They offered to negotiate more, and Donald Trump refused. They told Donald Trump that if he didn't remove the tariffs, they would do more. And that's what they did. Trucks that are going from the continental U.S. to Alaska now have to pay a tariff. Some states in America now have to pay a tariff on their electricity. Canada also threatened to turn off the power to those states. He also put tariffs on Japan and China. Japan and China own more treasury notes than any other country in the world. China is number one, Japan is number two. When Donald Trump put tariffs on China and Japan, they started selling treasury notes. That makes it harder for the U.S. to borrow money to pay its debts. When the tariffs were put on China, China said, we'll give you retaliatory tariffs. They also said they will fight till the end. Apparently, they won, because this morning I heard Donald Trump and China met and the tariffs are being reduced on both sides. The first reason I gave for the fall of the American empire is more of a historical perspective, meaning basically all empires fall. The Roman Empire, the Spanish Empire, and the last one was the British Empire. The next reason I believe the American empire is going to fall is because of the national debt. The national debt of America is greater than any other country. Persistent debt, especially as much debt as America has, will tend to weaken and destabilize the economic system of the country. Just like carrying too much personal debt will eventually weaken your finances. Part of the reason that America has so much debt is it has, I think, 750 military bases all over the world. Those bases are a drain on our resources. No other country in the world, however, is not only debt that will weaken the country. The growth between the rich and the poor continues to widen. The reason the middle class is shrinking is primarily because jobs are being sent offshore and there's very little manufacturing being done here in this country. There was a time when America was a major industrial country. It manufactured, not assembled, it manufactured automobiles. It manufactured planes. Most of what was consumed in America was made in America. That's not anymore. Another reason I believe it's going to fail is there's going to be a power shift. China is a member of the BRICS nation. The BRICS nation has gotten so large and so powerful that it can challenge the dominance of America. Not only that, but the world is global. It is no longer interested in having a single superpower with regional powers exerting their influence. The BRICS nations were initially comprised of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. 5 countries. It's now up to 10 countries. And in June, they're going to have a meeting, and at that meeting, they're going to decide whether to add another 44 countries. Some of those countries have already applied formally. Others have expressed interest in becoming members. The new members of the BRICS nation bring a lot to the table. What they bring to the table could be problematic to America. They bring natural resources, energy reserves, and a growing consumer market. Another reason is we, the poor, the working poor, and what's left of the middle class, listen to the news media. We listen to the wealthy. We not only listen, but we believe what was being said to us. We felt that they had our best interests at heart, but they didn't. They were lying to us. They were using us to satisfy their own greedy desire. One of the problems with the media is that eventually people become to distrust the media and they distrust the government. That's where we're headed. The final thing I believe that is going to cause this country to fall is fragmentation of the identity conflicts, and fragmentation are going to ruin national unity, and not only ruin it, but other countries are watching it. Some may even be encouraging it. But the truth is, the wealthy don't care about you, and it doesn't matter if you're white, black, brown, green, yellow, purple. If you're not helping them make money, they don't care about you. Trump and his MAGA followers had a slogan, "Make America Great Again." However, they never said when America was great and who it was great for. That slogan, "Make America Great Again," implies that America is not great. They also said America first. Other countries are now saying not America first, America only, America alone. And if you look at our ports, they're empty. Prices are going up. They may start coming down, but we have dug a hole. We have opened a door that we may not be able to close. Now that other countries have had that door open, they're creating new coalitions. They're creating new trade partners. They're going forward with their lives. Those are the reasons that I believe this nation is doomed to fail. Well, thanks for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment.